Hi guys, I'm Gian and today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious ginger fudge. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel the ginger. I'm just using a small paring knife and I am just going to remove the skin. You can also do this using a spoon. This is just how I'm used to doing it. You can do it either way that you prefer. Now that I've peeled the ginger, I am going to grate it using the smallest side on my grater. And I'm just grating the ginger as finely as possible because you want it to blend well into the fudge. You don't want any chunks. So the little pieces like this, I'm just going to place to the side. And this is the ginger. It's about 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'll have the exact measurement in the recipe, but as you can see, it is finely grated. So this is just going to blend really well into the fudge. Now I'm going to use a loaf pan and I am just going to grease it. This is where we're going to place the fudge to cool, and you want this to be ready. So let's do this first and then set it aside. Using a brush, I'm going to grease the sides of the pan. To the pot, I'm going to be adding evaporated milk, sugar, and butter. And I'm using white sugar, but you can also use brown sugar. And I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Now I'm going to give this a good stir and allow the sugar to melt. Now, if you've never made fudge before, it is definitely a labor of love. There's a lot of stirring involved. And I'm going to keep stirring until the sugar has melted and the butter has melted, and then it comes to a boil. And now it's come to a boil. I am going to add the ginger, and then I'm just going to stir this occasionally. And again, you want this to be on a medium to medium low. Next, I'm going to add the ginger. I'm going to stir it all in, and the ginger gives it amazing flavor. And I'm just going to stick by the stove, allow this to cook, and just stir it occasionally just to make sure that the sugar or the ginger isn't burning. And as it cooks, it's going to reduce and thicken. I like to occasionally stir the sides and stir the bottom. And you want to cook the fudge to the soft boil stage. When dropped into a bowl of water, it forms a soft ball. And that is at 240 to 250 degrees. So you can also use a candy thermometer just to be sure. Now I'm going to drop a little bit of this into the water, and as you can see, it formed a soft ball. Can you see it there in the water? Remove the fudge from the heat and allow it to cool for just a few minutes and allow it to thicken. And I'm just gonna mix this. Now you can either do this using a spoon like I'm doing, or you can use a hand mixer to do this as well. And I'm just gonna beat it until it thickens and crystals begin to form. And as you can see, it's starting to crystallize, and I'm just going to keep whipping it. And now I'm going to place it into our pan. And then I'm going to press it into place. I'm actually going to use a piece of parchment paper and just press it down into place. And I'm just using a spoon just to press it down and kind of mold in the sides. These parts are the parts that I scraped from the side of the pot. It crystallized a little bit more, but that's fine. I did not want to lose it to the pot. You can add it if you like. If not, you can just enjoy it straight out of the pot. And I'll allow this to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before cutting. And you want to cut it while it's still warm, just so that it doesn't break apart and it's not difficult to cut into. And then I'm just gonna let this sit and allow it to cool all the way before eating. And this is it, you guys. It's done. It is absolutely delicious. You can taste the ginger and it has such a nice texture. It just melts in your mouth. If you love fudge, you are gonna love this recipe. Even if you're not a fan of ginger, you're gonna love this one. It's just very mellow and it's not overpowering. Thank you guys for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.